Hello everyone, and welcome back to another market review. This is Silent. Today we're looking at the NASDAQ December contract for 2025, starting off with the weekly chart. Again, we're still drawing up higher as our bullish expectations pulled through. Not much else to talk about on the weekly chart. I removed this buy side imbalance, but I'm still keeping my eye on it just in case we decide to start to roll lower here. But again, as we spoke about last week, I'm not trying to stand in front of a market that's running all-time highs. There's no sense in trying to catch a top that would take multiple weeks to play out anyway. On the daily chart, again, looks a little bit different because we're on the new contract. I've added daily buy side imbalance, brought down our weekly level from the higher time frame. That's our down close candle on the weekly, shown with this fib. This high here, we broke through that, respected the constant encroachment of this wick, delivered strongly and delivered really good yesterday. And today's candle we closed as a doji, or indecisive day, which preserved our daily buy side imbalance. So I'll be watching this gap going into tomorrow. If we can't find much strength through the constant encroachment of this wick going into London, my expectations would be to draw back down into this candle's high or the low of this buy side imbalance from this candle. At the very least, I would like to see constant encroachment get tagged tomorrow. On the 4-hour chart, I've kind of encapsulated our range with that buy side imbalance we were watching. The daily level I brought down to the 4-hour, and all of this grindy price action I'm kind of cutting out and focusing mainly on this down close candle and the sell side imbalance that was created from it. Okay, we have a SIBI, sell side imbalance here, buy side imbalance here. So we're encapsulating the range high to low here, and our equilibrium would be right around the midpoint of that daily buy side imbalance. So it plays out and looks pretty good for this to be a target. The main thing I'll be watching is to see what price does inside this sell side imbalance. If we draw up through it again and close strongly through, I'm not going to be watching for this tomorrow. If we respect it and draw lower, obviously constant encroachment and the low of this imbalance, which is this candle's high, would be the target. Dropping down to the hourly chart, again I just transposed our levels from the higher time frame lower. We opened up on the week here, dropped down to that buy side imbalance and rallied, spent some time accumulating, and then went into midnight where we did a rally up and a sell off on today's price action, creating that doji on the daily chart. On the 15-minute time frame, I've added the news. We had news at 8:30 today, which is right around here. The news release was able to have a nice delivery down into the new day opening gap and under the Asia range. Price rallied after midnight, did a short-term reversal here, and couldn't find any willingness to go higher after delivering into this buy side imbalance, so it becomes a inversion array. We start to sell off and price reaccumulates to the downside for a nice distribution lower under our sell side. On the 5-minute chart, I left the Asia range here just so that we know that the low of the Asia range is here. So that would be the target for this market maker sell model. We have our smart money reversal here. Price trades below this down close candle and treats it as a premium array. We create a bearish 3 drives pattern. Price breaks through this buy side imbalance, trades down to the low, creates a close candle at the constant encroachment of that inversion fair value gap, trades lower. So we have confirmed our bearishness here, and so anytime we tap into this order block or into that inversion fair value gap, it would be a selling opportunity. We see it test this range more than 3 times, and then finally the sell-off as the New York opened. We have order block here, same kind of idea as this. Price trades up into it and gets that sell-off into the Asia range low. And on the 1 minute chart, I've just brought every 5 minute level down, and also included our first presentation fair value gap. Most of this price action that set up this sell model was created during the London lunch period, and so you wouldn't really want to be a part of any of this anyway. And then by the time 8:30 comes around, you have the setup here. It's just the opportunity of getting in and having a willingness to stay bearish, even though they test the highs 3 times there just before the open at 9:30. So it was a quick one today. Hopefully you found something insightful. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you give it a like and subscribe if you want some more market reviews in the future. And that'll be it for me. I'll see you all tomorrow.